Hey guys, this is Abhishek from GadgetFreak.com, and today we are going to do a quick hands-on review of LG Optimus L3 Dual. We have the device with us, as you can see. It has got a 1 GHz processor, it has a LED notification as well, and you have a battery of around 1540 mAh, which is again pretty good. If we talk about the weight of the device, it is around 119 gram, which is again fairly light. The display, it has a TFT capacitive touchscreen. And if we talk about the resolution, you have 240 into 320 pixels resolution on this device, and you get pixel density of around 125 pixels per inch. But again, being a low resolution display, the overall display is not that bad. But if you take a closer look over the display, you will see the pixels. If we actually talk about the other things about the device, you have around 1 GB of internal storage, and we will just tell you how much of that is actually available. You have 384 MB of RAM on this device. As far as the camera is concerned, you have a 3.15 megapixel camera at the back, which has autofocus and geotagging as well. You can see on the front you do not have a camera, and a VGA level video from the back camera, which is a 3.15 megapixel camera. It comes with Android Gingerbread operating system. 2.3.6 is the exact version number. And when it comes to the processor, it has a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor MSM 7225A. You have a 800 MHz Cortex A5 CPU on this device. When it comes to the GPU, you have Adreno 200 GPU on the device. Before I go further on, let me just give you a quick hardware overview of this device. You have a physical home button over here. You have touch capacitive back key and the properties key over here. You have the earpiece over here. You have the proximity sensor over here, and this is the power and sleep key, which is actually at the top. You have a 3.5 mm audio jack over here. On this side on the left, you have the volume rocker. On the right side of the phone, you have nothing. And here you have the micro USB port, which can be used for data syncing and charging. To GPS, it does support assisted GPS, so you can use this device for navigation, but only assisted GPS will work on the basis of network triangulation. We do not find a secondary mic for noise cancellation, but that should be inside the body. This is how the phone looks like from the back side. You have a micro SD memory card slot over here, in which you can insert micro SD memory card up to 32 GB to expand the storage of the device. And when it comes to the battery, here you have the battery, which is the lithium polymer ion battery. Now let me just show you the overall quality of the photos which you will get from the camera. This is how the camera UI looks like, as you can see. Let's take a photo right now. So this device does not have a front camera, and this is how the quality will look like. First of all, sorry for the reflection which is actually happening on the device as of now, because this device has a TFT capacitive touchscreen. So in reading this particular display and reading anything on the display in sunlight is going to be difficult. That when it comes to the picture quality, the details in the photo are not very clear, but again the overall colors and especially there are not much colors in this particular photo, but again the overall clarity of the photo is pretty good. The colors and everything is pretty nice, even with the 3.15 megapixel camera. If you have a proper light where you are actually capturing the photo from this device is going to perform pretty good. When it comes to YouTube video playback, let me just play a video from our channel so that you can actually get an idea about the YouTube video playback. First of all, I do see a lot of pixelation when it comes to the YouTube video app. This is how the YouTube video will play back on this device. The video is actually playing in high quality as of now, as you can see, and it is not very clear in terms of the overall pixel if we talk about, but the viewing angles on this device when it comes to viewing videos not very wide, as you can see. When it comes to the keyboard, because of the display, the keyboard is again quite small to type on this device, but again you will get used to it once you start using it. So let's load our website to actually test the overall browser performance on this device. When it comes to using the browser, it does come up with the Google Chrome version preloaded on the device. So you can use Google Chrome on this device without any problem. You don't even have to install it. Loaded the mobile version of our website GadgetFreak.com, and as far as the kinetic scrolling is concerned, it is pretty okay. Not the very fast which we have seen, but it is pretty okay. When it comes to the text is rendered pretty okay to read, but not very crisp and clear, as you can easily notice over here. And you can also use pinch to zoom. Again, it is not very fluid. Here we have a YouTube video. When you just try to play this YouTube video within the browser, so as you can see, the browser is actually playing the YouTube video without any issues, which is actually embedded on this web page, which is again pretty nice. And you can always go to the full screen, and if I rotate the display, it does take like 1 or 2 seconds to rotate the display. The home screens, the interface is again very much similar to the latest Optimus UI which you see on LG Optimus G, G Pro and other high-end phones. Here you have 3 home screens, and if I try and increasing these home screens, you can have maximum 5 home screens on this device. This device is available in 2 colors, white and black, and this is how they look like. As you can see, give you a closer look. Especially the white one looks much more premium. It has a matte finish to it, whereas the black one has a glossy back cover which will attract the fingerprints very easily.